Hey everybody, welcome to Chan's Logic episode 10. We've made
Double
it through
digits.
we made it through 10 episodes. Steph, so in these past 10 episodes, let's reminisce for several minutes. We've noticed that me talking by myself is, although incredible, Steph brings a new kind of fortune to the adventure. And I think that fortune is her ability to, well, I guess I can't pull anything out of my head, so she doesn't bring anything to the table. I don't even know why she's here.
That's mean. I'm cutting all this out.
Why?
Because you're being mean.
We're not supposed to cut anything out of this. This is raw, real, emotional. Is that it?
What?
Just a laugh?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm good at.
Oh.
That's what I bring.
Yeah. She brings laughter. I'm just kidding. She says a lot of bad words.
No, I don't.
You sure?
Uh-huh.
Okay. She's real happy right now. Before we started this podcast, though, I'd like everybody to know that she was upset with me because she said I was annoying her.
Oh my gosh.
All the way to the gym, and all I was trying to do is make a good selection for YouTube. And each selection forced me to break into song and dance. Mostly song, and she didn't like that.
On repeat. Not even just once. Same one. 50 times.
What she doesn't understand, though, is I am the songbird of my generation. Okay, so enough with that nonsense. We reminisced about nothing. So today we have a bunch more questions. It looks like 7 more questions or so. I think we'll get through at least 5 of them in this episode. And then episode 11, we'll go through the last 2. And then if anybody else has a question, we might do another episode.
Mm-hmm. Might just be 2 questions this time.
If you guys don't ask questions, it'll be a 2-question. It'll be like 6 minutes long, which is fine. So the first one, these are more questions about social platforms.
Social media.
Kind of how to make it work. Social media, to a lot of people, it seems like it works in mysterious ways. And it does, because it can be confusing and really challenging to figure out and time-consuming if you don't know what you're doing. So we get a lot of questions about this kind of stuff. It's also the place where everyone's at. I mean, Facebook has over 1 billion users. Facebook has Messenger now with bots and these things. And, you know, Twitter, Instagram, Snap. I mean, there's a whole ecosystem of this stuff. And so trying to figure it out on your own can be pretty challenging. And then trying to get help is challenging as well, because someone might be throwing voodoo at you. So what we talk about is more of a long-term marketing strategy. So something that's going to work for you in a 12-month period, and something that's going to bring you results in the long term, not just a shortcut strategy where you get results right away, but maybe not long-term significance out of those results. Right, Steph?
Right.
Okay. So my computer with all my questions went black, everybody. Okay, everybody. Question number 1 for today. What are your thoughts on reposting content across multiple social platforms? So what they're saying is, what are our thoughts on reposting the same content on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and all these different networks? And so for me, I think we can get away with reposting a lot of the content we have on the same platforms. Obviously, if we have the time and the ability to do it, we want to do something different that kind of emphasizes the ideas behind each platform. So maybe Facebook is a little bit wider of pictures. Instagram's a square picture that focuses on perfect photography. Twitter is more focused on GIFs and stuff like that. But we also realize that everybody who follows us is a small business owner who doesn't have a lot of time. In fact, when you ask these people how much time they have on their hands, they say 0. And when you ask these people what hours they work, they say all of them. So we're not going to be able to post different content on each different platform, because that would consume our entire lives.
Yep.
So what I would say is take the same content. For Facebook, you're going to want a little bit of a longer picture. Instagram's a square. The Instagram and Facebook, you can have the same thing. You can get on Canva, put the picture on there for Facebook, put the text and your logo on it, and then take the same picture, make it for Instagram, just in a square format with the same text and words. And you can do the same thing for Twitter. Things like that will work really well for the small business owner. One thing we do is we'll post something on Facebook and we'll wait a few days to post on Instagram, so we're not posting everything all at once. So our Instagram tends to be maybe a week or so behind our Facebook, and it tends to be something that we take sometimes in the moment as well because it's a little bit behind. So we do get different content often. Instagram is, I would say, it's mostly about trying to get really good pictures. People smiling. They like pictures of babies and puppies.
All about looking at pictures on Instagram.
Yeah.
And the videos are popular still, but I don't think people watch them as much. It's just too easy to scroll and keep scrolling on Instagram.
Yeah, I do find that videos don't necessarily perform as well on Instagram, probably because people are just scrolling and they just want to see the pictures. They don't have a lot of time. Nobody has any attention anymore. So when we're looking at that, your videos need to be attention-grabbing right off the bat. So a lot of the times I see on Instagram, people put a video up and it shows a black screen. I did this on accident the other day.
You forget to change the cover. You can select what you want the preview cover to be of the video. So don't forget to do that.
Yeah, so you have to make a preview cover that's like the most compelling piece of the video so it gets people to stop and check it out. The other thing that's hard about Instagram is the videos play on silent, so convincing someone to click that sound on is often difficult as well. So sometimes if you can make your videos writing on a board or something like that that doesn't require sound, it performs a lot better, but you have to capture their attention right away on there. Facebook's similar with videos. They've gotten a lot of results from people watching silent videos. Putting captions on there is pretty tedious.
Ugh,
so
horrible.
What we kind of do is, if we don't want to put captions on videos, we'll write out what we're talking about on a whiteboard so you can kind of follow along as the person works through it. Like we did a goal-setting video and a couple other videos of positive goal-setting video.
Positive self-talk.
Positive self-talk.
And goal-setting. You combine the two.
Ooh, I could combine that to make a good video.
Oh, gosh.
But so I think you can get away with repurposing on multiple platforms. Just adjust it a little bit so that way it fits that platform. And you can do this all on Canva. So Canva, you can make the same picture for Facebook, for Instagram, for Twitter, and for everything else.
You can also do that on Adobe Spark Post. I think that's what they call it now.
Yeah, Adobe Spark Post.
He just likes Canva because it formats the picture for you. Like, it gives you an idea already, and you can pick, which the Adobe Spark Post does it too, but there's more things you can adjust. So he's not as creative. So his Spark Post pictures don't look as pretty as when I make them.
Yeah, I like to think I have the ideas and Steph makes them look pretty.
Whatever.
And so when you think about Canva versus Spark Post, Canva is really good if you don't have a creative bug behind you and you can't make pictures look really well just by looking at them. Whereas Adobe Spark Post is something you can really play with and adjust and work with really well if you do have a little creativity behind you.
Cool.
So that kind of sums that question up. The use of hashtags. Someone's asked, what do we think about the use of hashtags on Facebook posts? So I think hashtag culture isn't something that was introduced to Facebook right away. Facebook did introduce it eventually, but I just don't think it took off, and I don't really think there's a lot of use behind it, especially because now you have a Facebook search function where you can literally search for anything and pinpoint words and locations and all that stuff. So the hashtag, all I recommend doing is maybe hashtagging your brand name, and maybe that's probably about it. If you have a tagline or something, hashtag that. But
I never click on hashtags.
Yeah.
Or use them. Well, I've been trying to use them, but it's just the one. Like, it's the tagline, Fit for Life, and that's it. That's all I tag ever.
Yeah, I think that's the key. Just tag your brand name, maybe your little tagline, and you're good to go on Facebook. Otherwise, hashtags are relatively useless on it. Hashtag culture is more in with Twitter and Instagram.
I don't Twitter. I don't understand Twitter.
You should Twitter.
I don't know how to Twitter.
You just get on Twitter and you search for things. And then when you find what you're searching for, you talk to the person. And then you search for, I'm looking for a personal trainer in Reno. And then it shows everybody in your area that's looking for a personal trainer. And then you just give them advice and you build a relationship with them.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't Twitter.
Maybe you should try it. That's why
I've tried. parade.
That's why she makes the stuff pretty.
I just do Facebook and Instagram. I like the pictures. I don't like the words so much.
That is another good thing too. Like what she's saying is, jump on what you're good at. Don't struggle with something for too long, especially if you're not getting results out of it. It's just gonna destroy you. If you're not good at all the platforms, pick the ones that you're really good at, or what your top ones would be. For most people, it's going to be Facebook is your number one, and then Twitter, Instagram, or Snapchat, depending on what you're doing.
I can't
outside of
Snapchat
that.
either.
I love Snapchat.
I know you do. I'm okay with Instagram stories. I cannot just switch back and forth between that many platforms. So I've been using Instagram stories because I like to post on Instagram and on Facebook.
You know what I was thinking?
Oh my
So
gosh.
Snapchat is about kind of in the moment stuff. You just take, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be pretty. You just snap it and go. And that's what Snapchat's culture is about. Instagram stories, though, like Instagram, is about being classy and taking good pictures and making things nice. So I figure like Snapchat is the trashy cousin to Instagram stories.
Kind of.
And I really like that because I like to be raw and real and have fun on Snapchat.
Instagram stories is too.
Yeah, but if you post something that's not perfect on Instagram, it's just...
But it's separate from your Instagram. Like, it's separate from the picture that you just posted. It's a story, just like Snapchat is.
Is your Instagram story the same as your Snapchat?
No.
Oh. Have you noticed, do you watch people's stories?
Well, on Instagram stories, yeah.
Yeah. Are they as witty and fun as Snapchat?
No, I guess not. Fine, you win this one.
Nailed it.
Whatever.
All right. So now that we've got that figured out, what I want to talk about next is what do you think about using Instagram to build a wide following versus a close following?
I think that's what Instagram is.
Yeah, I think Instagram, you want your following, if you're a local business, to be as close to your local business as possible. And by that, we mean it needs to be with your customers, the people who are visiting you often, and the people who you want to interact with in your local area. It's not going to help if you are in Massachusetts and you're talking to someone in Japan. Because unless you're selling international goods, it's not going to do anything. A like isn't a sell. It's how much exposure and how many people who are directly related to your product are following you on Instagram. Mm-hmm. So when you're doing that, I think Instagram's about using relevant hashtags that make sense for your brand.
Yeah. Which, I mean, like we do for our business and for our own personal accounts. But at the same time, like building a wide following, okay, on your like social account or your personal account, if you are building a following because you are directly tied to something that's bigger than just a local business, then you want to build that following. You want to be an influential, person that people follow, because then that does build a more global or, following that can potentially boost your other, personal brand, or if you're a part of a global network kind of thing.
I think that's a good idea too. So if you want your local business to be your local business, but you want to build your own personal brand, then you're going to have to focus on more of a global kind of following, because you want a lot of people to follow you and to engage with your content, because that shows that they care about what you're saying, and what you're saying is giving them enough value to actually keep following you. It's like this podcast. A couple of people like it, so they follow us, and then we keep doing it.
There's a couple of people. Yay!
Yeah. And so as long as we keep getting questions and things like that, and people keep following us, we keep doing this. And when we don't do it for a while, we didn't do it for about a month one time. We got a bunch of questions. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of the thing. Do you want to build your personal brand up, and do you want to build your global brand or your local brand up? And if those are going to be two kind of things that don't go together, you don't want to mix your personal brand in with your local brand, unless your personal brand is going to push people into your local brand.
Yeah. Which it should. If you're a small business owner, you should have a business page and a personal page where you're trying to build maybe not so much a personal brand, but at least build that following of trust on your personal page that can push people into your local business.
Yeah, and then people are going to start saying, hey, I want to do whatever it is you do with you. And then you tell them, well, that's great. Let's go in. This is what I do. And then all of a sudden your personal brand is pushing people into your local brand. And now you've created a little bit of a funnel. And then when you get so busy, then you train your staff up to a point where they replace you. And as people want to go into your local from your personal, you're not available, but everyone else is. And they're a direct representation of you.
Yeah.
And that makes sense in the community too. So if you become this big community leader and everybody knows your name, who you are, then you become someone these people want to train with because they feel like they know an actual person. And people want to know people before they'll kind of go near a business.
So, personal brand, building yourself, building your following by like telling stories like we've talked about and just like posting content relevant to what your business is or, you know, what you do, that kind of thing.
Oh, show, Steph.
Good talk. Okay. This is all you.
Next question. What is your favorite type of paid social media advertising? Well,
that's you.
There can only be one. And that one that I'd like to talk about is
the Facebook.
There is not a single platform that can go near or touch Facebook right now. Facebook advertising has Google shaking in its boots. AdWords is down a lot, and Google's struggling to try to figure out how to make it work. Twitter ads don't come near to what Facebook has. Instagram's kind of starting to figure out their product. It's not there yet. Snapchat doesn't have anything unless you're a major company doing global stuff, or if you're doing little Snapchat geo filters. But I think the biggest one, the one you should be focusing on is Facebook. So what you want to look at in your Facebook is there's a couple pathways that you want to follow when you're doing Facebook advertising. Number one is awareness. So you need to build awareness around your brand. And the way you do that is you just kind of get a following on your page that's related to the people you want to serve. And you're going to boost posts to people who like your page and their friends. And so when you do that on Facebook, you're engaging with your network and the friends of their people. So when they see the post in their newsfeed, it looks like an organic post, and it says, Johnny Hopkins likes this post, and Jessica Mayweather likes this post. And you say, man, Johnny and Jessica like these guys. They must be pretty awesome. And so now that you saw Johnny and Jessica, now you have social proof. And so then people start liking your page. Then you can go on and invite those people to your page, and you build your following up that way rather than just paying for people to like your page. It's kind of a way to go around paying for likes. You're paying for them, but you're not paying as much for them with a boosting strategy. Number two, you have to focus on a content strategy on Facebook advertising. So you should be focusing on probably 4 blog posts or videos a month. So you need at least one a week. We do a bunch. It's like 2 nowadays. It's all video and 1 blog post, 2 videos and 1 blog post. And we make an ad for those to people who are like our page and their friends. And then after we built up enough of that over the course of a few months, we take the website audience that we've built from that, from people visiting our videos and our posts, and we make a lookalike audience off of that. And then from there, you make a 1% audience off of that, and you can post a call to action, which is the final phase of Facebook advertising. So basically, put out a blog post, send people to your website, boost your pictures so people can see it to people who like your page and their friends. Send people to your website, like I just said, and then throw out a call to action. So basically, you're building awareness, building trust, then you're asking for them to come into your facility or buy your product. Does that make sense, Steph?
Was that Spanish?
I don't know.
My goodness.
I think I blacked out.
I think you did.
Maybe I should write that on a whiteboard and do a video on it.
You could.
Yeah.
Don't you have a guide for that?
Yeah. We wrote. So the last few months have been a blur. I wrote a Facebook ads guide. I did a video on Facebook advertising. I wrote a Twitter guide. I wrote Instagram guide. I have Snapchat.
Blogging. We haven't done that
That's
yet.
in queue. We have, what else do we have? We're working on a local business development guide. We're working on branding guides. Oh, we have a branding guide.
We have a branding guide. We did that.
So there's several that we've written that are coming out in our little marketing platform that we have. It should be pretty cool. And a lot of videos to go with each one, because we've been doing a lot of webinars to kind of showcase this and testing. And working through the motions.
Share the wealth.
That's right.
The knowledge wealth.
So that one, I'll do another video on how to advertise on Facebook, but I think number one, boost your pictures because those are just sitting on Facebook. Maybe $5 a picture. That's all you have to put into it. And then see who likes it. And this is going to be boosted to friends who like your page and their friends. Number two, you're going to post one blog a week, maybe. So that's 4 blogs and maybe one blog or video because I know people are busy. So think you got maybe 4 weeks in a month. You got maybe 1 or 2 blogs and 1 or 2 videos. The blogs, we're going to boost those to people who like your page and your friends, or you can run it as an ad to people who like your page and their friends. We're going to target it so they click to your website because there's a couple options. And once you build that up enough, you're going to build a lookalike audience off of that. Usually after 5 or 6 good posts, about a month full of good posts doing that, and you only have to put $5 or $10 in each of these as well. You're going to build a lookalike audience off of the people who've been visiting your website.
I don't know what a lookalike audience is.
So the cool feature about Facebook is you can take your Facebook pixel and you can put it on your website. And so everybody who visits your website who has a Facebook account will be tagged in there. And so then what you can do is you can go to Facebook and you say, okay, I want to take all the people who went to my website or people who went to a specific page on my website, and now I'm going to create an audience off of that. And so now you get an audience that's like, whatever. These are people who visited your website. And now you take that audience from your website and you have Facebook create a custom, what they call lookalike audience. So it's going to take a bunch of people who have the exact characteristics of the people who were visiting your website, and then you're going to do that. And you're going to pick 1% of the population to make that off of, and it's going to give you this massive lookalike audience.
Sweet.
Then you use that to build a call to action.
I'm glad you learned all about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. That's why I'm the visionary, and Steph does stuff. I'm just kidding. She makes all the creative stuff look pretty.
Yeah.
But hopefully that helped. Hopefully that also produced about 7,000 questions. So if you have questions about what I just talked about, be sure to ask us. I'll do a video specifically on this because just talking about it, I realize how confusing it probably is.
I still don't understand it.
Yeah.
And you tried to explain it to me.
Yeah. Steph's just a dum-dum though. I'm just kidding. She's really smart.
Okay, Dave.
So next question, now that we got done with that. So favorite paid advertising Facebook, number 1. Bam. Last question probably, because it took me about 6 hours to go over that other one. Best way to set your Facebook page apart from others. This kind of ties into what I was just talking about. So your Facebook page, people don't actually visit your Facebook page that much, but they're going to see what you're scrolling through your news feed. And then when you get them to like your page, they're going to start seeing it more often. And that's where that boosting and awareness strategy comes into play. But the best way to make your Facebook page look different is post things that make sense to what you're doing and that aren't just a bunch of text, or don't post once and then not post again for 6 months. You need to have good things that engage people on there. So you need to build a content calendar where you're posting maybe 3 to 5 pictures a week. You need a couple blog posts, a couple videos on there, and that's going to set you apart from everyone else because they're going to see that you're actually posting stuff that makes sense. What do we look for when we make pictures, Steph? That's what you do really well.
Good, like high quality pictures, not like blurry, people moving kind of stuff. People having fun, smiling. Like PR pictures are really good.
What's a PR? What if people watching this don't know what that means? Don't use
buzzwords. Personal bests, or like achieving something that's...
Wait.
What?
PR, personal best.
Oh, personal record.
Are you drunk?
Maybe. People achieving things, like rope climbs always do really well. People at the top of the rope, take a picture of that, put some words on it. People like that. Kids doing copycat stuff, working out with their parents, or just kids in general being cute. Those do really well.
Yeah, kids kill it. The other day, we had like 5 of our members walk in with the same T-shirt on. So I said, okay, everybody get together. It's matchy-matchy day. And we took a big picture with them all smiling. And that was really popular.
that had nothing to do with kids, but yes, that's true story.
It's true.
Mhm.
I wasn't listening to Steph. But she's right. Even if you're not in the gym business and you're following this and you're kind of looking for ways to post pictures, it's people smiling, having fun, kids, cute animals. You don't necessarily want to post things showcasing people using your products all the time because that's cheesy and nobody cares.
Right.
You might think your product is the greatest thing in the history of the world, or maybe the greatest thing since individually wrapped cheese slices, but the public doesn't know that yet, and you have to convince the public that what you're doing isn't a sleazy sales tactic.
Mm-hmm. So don't just post pictures of your product all the time.
And don't post pictures with people smiling holding your product.
That too, that's cheesy.
I eat pepper jacks because pepper jacks are wonderful. Check out the pepper jacks in my picture.
What are pepper jacks?
I don't know, I made that. I don't know, it's a type of cheese.
Oh. Back to the cheese.
Yeah, it's all about the cheese. On a side note, today's Pizza Friday. If you guys are celebrating that, please hashtag Pizza Friday.
Aww.
But Steph doesn't get to do that because she's focusing on her health and longevity. I focus on my health and longevity as well, but I have 2 days that I didn't always follow 100%. You might see this video on Chan's Logic Facebook. I already posted it, but we always have Taco Tuesday, and I always have Pizza Friday.
Yep.
Something I look forward to.
I want to implement French Toast Thursdays.
That'd probably be good. A lot of people have said that sounds wonderful.
I'm good with French toast over pizza and tacos.
Not me.
I might have to start that.
Yeah.
An ice cream sandwich Saturdays.
Ice cream sandwich Saturdays.
Yeah, that new place.
Oh, the ice cream cookie sandwich.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So wrapping that last question up, because we got sidetracked again, you got to post good quality content that doesn't sell. You have to just show people that you're having fun, show people that you're human and that what your business is promoting is kind of a humanistic endeavor. Doesn't matter what you're promoting. You can make that work with people, your employees smiling, people happy, showing what you're doing on the workday, stuff like that. If you're in a gym, like Steph's saying, showing people getting big accomplishments is pretty cool. Showcase your customers. All of that stuff is really big. You can put text on your pictures if you need little quotes because people are going to see the text in the picture before anything else.
Mm-hmm. Not too many words though. If your picture is more, or if your picture has more than like 50% words, that's too much.
Yeah,
no one's going to read that.
And it's too small. They're going to ignore it.
Exactly.
It's just your meme game's not strong with that one. Thanks for watching episode 10 of Chan's Logic. Hopefully it helped you out quite a bit. Leave us a review on iTunes if you like it. Leave us a comment on YouTube or Facebook if you have questions that you want us to answer, or if you want us to go further into anything we did talk about. But you can leave us a 1-star review and we'll be super sad and we'll cry in the shower.
Probably never do it again.
Maybe jump off a 2-story building. But like if we suck, leave us a 1-star review. If we're really good though, leave us a 5-star review and really tell us why you like it and why it's helped you and what it's done for you. The reviews and stuff like that help us kind of move forward with this and help us evolve it in a way that makes it more interesting for you, the listener, or the viewer.
The viewer. That's more fun when you watch it on YouTube.
It is, because then you can see us doing stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that concludes episode 10. Thanks for watching.
Bye. Squirrel climbing.
Pictures fell to the floor.